been getting many requests to share recipes of cookies. I thought let's make some then. And this is the best time because cookies can be gifted during the festival seasons. So today I'm going to make one of my favorite comfort food, or you can say comfort cookies. I don't know anyone who can ever resist freshly baked chocolate chip cookie. Well, even I cannot. Yes, my lovelies, today I'm going to make classic chocolate chip cookies in two ways, and along with that I will be sharing various tips and tricks to make your perfect cookie. So stay tuned till the end of the video. So I'll start with creaming the butter. Here in a big bowl I'm adding the butter. I'm using salted butter here, and make sure your butter is at room temperature. And now I'm just going to beat it until it's smooth and creamy. And do not forget to preheat your oven to 190 degrees Celsius. So I judge a good chocolate chip cookie on the balance of crispy edges and the chewy inside. So we are just going to add the right amount of sugar into it. Do not forget to scrape the sides and the bottom of the bowl during making any kind of batter, because this is to make sure that everything is mixed properly. So to the butter we are going to add two types of sugar, white sugar and brown sugar. Now brown sugar adds that richness to the cookie. It gives the cookie that lovely caramel kind of a flavor. And just beat this on medium speed until everything is mixed together. This is an important step, the creaming of the butter and sugar together. Because this gives structure to the cookies and they won't crumble apart. So once you see this creamy consistency, then is the time to add one egg. And then just blend this together. I forgot to add vanilla extract, so now I'm adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla into this, and I'm just going to blend this together just for a while. So while baking, let me give you some historical points about this chocolate chip cookie. The chocolate chip cookie that we're making today is one of the favorite cookies in the world, and especially in United States. And it was invented in 1938 by a lady called Ruth Wakefield, who was owner of an inn in Massachusetts in USA. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And now we are going to mix together our dry ingredients. In a medium bowl, add your flour, and into this I'm going to add the baking soda. I'm also going to add into this the chocolate chips. Now you can add either the baking soda or the baking powder, or you can add little of both. All three options will have different outcomes. Baking soda makes flat spread out cookies but crispier at the edges. Baking powder produces more of a puffed up, and mixture of both produces a cookie somewhere in between. So you can try all the three methods and then come to your favorite one. Okay, just don't make a mistake like I have made. Take a bigger bowl to mix your dry ingredients. So I'll take a spoon now just to mix everything together. So alright, it's well mixed now. And now I'm going to toss this in the wet ingredients, and then we are going to mix it until it all comes together as a rough dough. Not too much. That's it. Rest of the batter we'll be doing with a spatula or a wooden spoon, whatever you feel comfortable with. So let me just shake all the batter out of these attachments. And here we go. So now spatula helps us to take everything out of the bottom or the sides of the bowl. So our dough is ready now. We will be baking our chocolate chip cookies right away, and if you find the batter is too soft, then you can cover it and put it in the refrigerator for about half an hour to 1 hour before baking. So this is the first method to bake the cookies. So on my cookie tray, I have lined it with parchment paper, and with an ice cream scoop, I am going to scoop batter the same way that I am doing in the video. So keep the balls, about 3 to 4 inches apart, because we don't want to risk our cookies to stick to each other once they are baked, because they are going to expand. So continuing with my story about the history of the cookie, it's being said that one day Ruth Wakefield decided to add small chunks of Nestle chocolate bar to her cookie dough. The cookie was an instant hit, and the word about it spread everywhere. That even Nestle started selling chocolate chip bag just for this recipe. It said that Wakefield gave Nestle the recipe for her cookies and was paid with a lifetime supply of chocolate from the company. And once Nestle bought the rights to the Ruth Wakefield's chocolate chip cookies recipe, they called her recipe the famous Toll House cookie. Toll House was the name of that inn, which was run by Wakefield. And they also printed the recipe on the back of their chocolate chips bag. So my recipe is quite similar to the original recipe that is printed on the Nestle bag. Now I usually press these down to flatten the surface, but you can bake without doing that also. Although our cookie tray is quite big enough, I could have placed more cookies on it, but today I am placing just 6, because with the rest of the batter I am going to show you the second way that I use to bake the cookies. So we are done now. So these are some chocolate chunks that I've cut from a chocolate bar. So I just like my cookies like this. So on few of them I'll be using these chocolate chunks. Just press them a little. So much of chocolate in the cookies, and I'm going to love this. And on rest of the cookies I'm going to use the normal chocolate chips that I added in the batter. So now you're going to have 2 kinds of, you can also leave them as it is and they're good to go. So this is just to make them look more beautiful, more attractive, and some extra chocolate is always a good idea, isn't it? This batter makes about 15 to 18 cookies depending upon the size you make, and if you want more cookies you can double the ingredients. So I'm going to bake these for about 10 to 12 minutes in my preheated oven. This will give crispy edges but soft and chewy centers, and I also like to rotate my baking tray halfway through to let them bake evenly. So into the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. So once the cookies are done, remove them from the oven and leave them to cool on the wire rack for a few minutes. Just see, they are lovely golden brown around the edges, but in the center it's cookie gold, like very gooey, doughy, perfectly baked. So let them cool a few minutes because they are still quite soft. So this is what we are looking for. The edges are nice and crisp, they are delicious, the outside is wonderfully crisp. Now this is because of the butter and then also because of the baking soda, which has helped them to make the edges really crisp. But the center is still soft and they are not unbaked, but they are little chewy. So you also see that these biscuits are a bit flatter. This is because we bake the cookies at the very moment when we prepare the dough. So this was the first method of baking cookies. You have to bake at the very moment when you prepare the dough, and the cookies will come out like this, and they'll be a little bit flatter as compared to the second method that we are going to start soon. You will have chocolate in each and every bite of the cookies. These are yum, and you can have it with cold milk, warm milk, or your evening tea. So now, with the remaining batter, I'm going to take a spoonful of batter and I'm going to quickly roll it into my hands into a ball shape. I'm going to make a ball shape out of this dough. And start keeping this on your baking tray, which is lined with parchment paper. Now what I'm going to do in this second method of baking these cookies is that I'm going to pre-shape my cookies and then going to pop them in the fridge for an hour. When it sets, you just have to take them out and bake them at the very moment. Now you can also cover your batter and put it into the refrigerator for a couple of days, and you can take them out when you want to bake fresh cookies. And the other choice is you can freeze the unbaked cookies. So just pre-shape your cookies, and it is a great tip to make your cookies ahead of time. So make your batches of these cookie balls, chill them in the fridge, or you can freeze them in the freezer. Once they're frozen, then pack them together in a Ziploc bag and freeze them. And whenever you need emergency cookies, you're craving for them, pull on one of the batches or few of the cookies, thaw them for about 10-15 minutes on your kitchen countertop before baking them, and you get freshly baked cookies on the spot. So once again, I'm going to top it with some extra chocolate. So you're not going to bake so many of cookies like this. I'm keeping them close because I'm going to keep these in the fridge and I want to use less of the space while they are chilling in the fridge. So on few of the cookies I've used some chocolate chunks, on some I've used chocolate chips, and I'm going to keep some of the cookie balls like this only. I'm not going to top it with chocolate. This is just because I want to show you how they turn up, how they look once they are baked. See, all the balls are ready. So now I'm going to pop this in fridge for 1 hour. Once they are chilled, we'll bake them. So these are the cookie balls which have come out of the fridge after 1 hour. They are quite firm now. So now at this point you can either freeze them for further use, but now I'm going to bake them instantly. So what I've done is I've taken 6 cookie balls on one tray. I've removed other, and 2 each it is, and I'm going to bake this for 15 minutes. Because they are chilled, it will take 2 to 3 minutes longer. Here we go. Now you can see some difference. These cookies are little bit, they are crispier at the edges, they are soft in the center, but they are not as flat as the cookies that we baked earlier. Can you see these? So these are puffed up and these are more soft and dense. Yeah, see. So this is the difference that I wanted to show you when you bake your cookie instantly or you bake it after keeping the dough in the fridge for some time. So I hope my video is going to be useful for you. You got to know 2 ways to bake your cookies. It is not compulsory that you have to freeze your dough every time, and it is not compulsory that you have to make your cookies instantly every time. So these cookies will stay fresh in container for about 5 to 7 days, but of course they are best eaten straight out of the oven. If you make these cookies, don't forget to send me a picture on my social media and let me know what you think of them. I love to see your recreations. For more baking videos, take a look at my channel and do not forget to subscribe and press the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, happy baking!